My uncle is a really big Starbucks fanatic, and I really had no idea what to get him as a present while I was here visiting, and I kind of happened upon this when I walked into the store, and I was like, well, there's the perfect gift. I think that, like, he'll go into Starbucks he goes every morning, so he'll go into his Starbucks every single morning with his Starbucks kippot, and he'll be like the talk of the town in Starbucks. Why do you wear a kippot?
Because we love God.
I got these for my dad because he loves him sports.
What's on that kippot?
Super Jew. Instead of Superman, Super Jew.
From a purely religious point of view, there's nothing special about wearing a yarmulke.
Yarmulke is from the Yiddish, and so it's in American Jewish language is often the word used, but the Hebrew term kippah, I think, is the better term.
Wearing a kippah, keeping one's head covered, is something that evolved over time, first as a custom, and traditional Jews believe that if a custom is maintained over a long period of time internationally, it eventually carries the weight of halakha, of Jewish law.
It's become an important sign of Jewish identity, of religious observance. It has different meanings in different contexts today, but never does it have the force of Jewish legal authority.
You are holding a green kippah. On the inside, it says, "Can you keep a secret? The 40th birthday of Rabbi Adam Schaefer." So many of you know that my husband is known for always matching his kippah, always having the perfect kippah to go with each outfit, or having something funny on his kippah. Surprise! Yeah. Okay, wait, turn around.
When I first moved to Jerusalem for my first year of rabbinic school 13 years ago, I made the decision to wear a kippah all the time and not just when I was going to religious services. It was nice to feel like people were able to identify me proudly as someone Jewish. So it makes me really conscious of where I'm at and how I behave in the world, because I really feel like people know who I am and what I do, and they put my actions in with that.
Every Jew has the Yetzer Hara and the Yetzer Tov. Yetzer Tov means good, and that's like, you have the good angel on your shoulder, and then you have Yetzer Hara, which is the bad devil on your shoulder. So kippah is supposed to remind you that you should always be aware of your surroundings, and you should always be a good Jew and make God's name great.
Everyone in my school wears a kippah all the time. It's mandatory. If a rabbi sees you not wearing a kippah, they'll tell you to put on a kippah right away. There's no excuses for it, really.
Boys have a dress code, button-down shirt tucked into not blue, pretty much anything besides blue jeans and sweatpants, and a tie or a sweater. But you can wear any sort of kippah you want. As long as it's a kippah, anything goes.
So I'm wearing Bob the Builder now. This is Bart Simpson over here, and his head's a little warped. I really chose Ernie because he really looks like me, to me, at least.
An Apple Computers kippah.
Rated E for everyone.
Lacoste, a few years ago, everyone was wearing a Lacoste kippah. I don't know why, but it was very popular.
I got this John Deere kippah at my friend's bar mitzvah. I don't wear the John Deere kippah to mow the lawn anymore.
The fad at your bar mitzvah is to have your initials on the kippah, so I chose to have the 49ers because my initials are SF, Sam Feldstein.
His name is Tzvi, which means deer, so he kind of went a little corny, but
This is my bar mitzvah kippah. I'm not even a big Kentucky fan, but
this actually came from a company called Clipped, with a K.
Clipped kippah has a patented clip. It's got 2 built-in clips inside the yarmulke to allow you to wear it and run and do whatever, and it's not going to fall if you don't need to use a bobby pin.
One of the most common mass-produced kippot nowadays are those that announce one's allegiance to a particular sports team. I'm a Mets fan. If I wore a kippah and I saw a Mets kippah in a store, I'd grab it in a moment because at one and the same time, both announces that I'm a Jew, but at the same time connects me to American culture. It also announces that I'm a good American. I'm a sports fan.
When I was covering a Knicks Maccabi Tel Aviv basketball game in the preseason in 2007, they gave these away. This was the giveaway at night.
Here is the Broncos kippah. I'm actually wearing the one I always wear, this one. This is my backup. This is a Denver Nuggets kippah, a Bears kippah. This is a Yankees kippah. No one in this family is a Mets fan, so I don't know where we got this. We just seem to have it.
I actually got this at a Mets game. It has the Mets logo on it. This is a Yankees kippah on the other end of the baseball spectrum in many ways.
I chose Chelsea because I bleed blue. I love Chelsea. Always have and always will.
I don't know who came up with the idea, the first one, to put a team logo on it. But I think that's a reflection of good entrepreneurial spirit, recognizing an affinity of a focus group for a certain product, and providing them with the means to express their affinity for their team through wearing that kippah.
The way Pro Kippah came about was the Emblem Source already having retail licenses with Major League Baseball for patches. We decided that we would use the clip from Clipped Kippah, joint venturing with them to put the clip inside the yarmulke and try to get a licensed yarmulke through Major League Baseball. It was a hit right off. We probably sold between 5,000 and 10,000 yarmulkes in our first year. And doing it classy, doing it the right way. Nice packaging, nice yarmulke, nice fabric, nice patch, nice logo.
Is there anything wrong religiously, someone wearing the logo on the yarmulke? To that I'd say two things. First of all, that the yarmulke is a hat. It's a garment, and it's not a religious item. And the other piece is, if by virtue of the fact that a kid feels comfortable wearing that logo of his team, he ends up wearing a yarmulke, that's on the side of the angels, not the California angels, the side of the angels, by virtue of the fact that at the end of the day, he keeps his head covered. So I don't see anything wrong with that. And, you know, capitalism has its ups and downs, but if capitalism, the profit motive, ends up with people becoming more observant of their faith, sounds good to me.
American religion is a marketplace to begin with, right? We have a voluntaristic society. There's no established church. Every particular religion has to sell itself in some way. So the commodification of religion is a longstanding norm in American society. It's only you know, exploded in the recent past.
I think that part of the fun and part of the purpose for me is that as much as I believe the kippah does have great religious significance and there are all kinds of different meanings for it, doing it like this makes it something that's really fun and makes it something that is really enjoyable to wear as well. I don't know if it'll ever go catchy as a viral fashion trend, but at least if it can change the attitude towards it, I'll have gone a long way.
Things like a Knicks yarmulke, a Mets yarmulke, an Obama yarmulke, you see a combination not just of the acceptance of Judaism in America, but the acceptance of America into Judaism. That is the very natural way that assimilation works, sometimes to people's worry. A yarmulke with a Knicks logo on it is different than the way yarmulkes were worn 2,000 years ago. There's just no question about that. But I think an acceptance of one into the other is significant, and I think it goes in both directions.
So that's the good news. The bad news is, with acceptance comes a great challenge. Namely, how are we going to survive as a people in a robust environment where we're so accepted, where the possibilities for drifting away are so profound? And that's the challenge that contemporary Jews face. And I see it through the metaphor of sports. Jews are doing very well. Judaism has significant ongoing problems.
I think the sports logos in particular are very telling because the way in which one is a sports fan is really analogous to Jewish identity as expressed by the kippah. I was once on an airplane to Israel. I was I think like college age. And I was sitting next to a very large, very nice family. I think they were Methodists on their On a pilgrimage, they discovered I was not only Jewish, but I'd been to Israel before, and they started peppering me with questions, and on an 11-hour flight, that's a lot of time for questions, I knew every answer. I could tell them anything and everything they wanted to know about Jews, Judaism, Israel, you name it. And after a certain time, they were really impressed, right? And they said to me, how do you know so much? This is long before I studied this as a scholar, as a graduate student. And I said, well, you know how a sports fan will know every statistic of every player on his favorite team? Well, this is my team. God is, in this case, God, I want to suggest, is secondary at best. It's really about the team you play for. The fact that a sports logo would not seem so terribly out of place on that sign of group identity that coexists with the religious aspect of Jewish experience and Jewish life. The kippah comes out of a religious setting. It still has some religious resonance, but by and large, it's about something else nowadays.